What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Bunker's Kitchen. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be making the new viral trend lately. Loki's here. We're going to be making the current viral trend, the the feta and tomato pasta. So we have our ingredients here. We have our pan for the oven. We're actually going to be adding chicken and pesto to this, so that's why, and mozzarella. You can see all that there. So we got our oil, salt and pepper, pesto, mozzarella, farfalle, farfalle, I don't know. We got a mix of grape and cherry tomatoes. We got our feta, a couple cloves of garlic, and chicken. We're going to cut this up first, get it ready, and then throw all this in a pan and throw it in the oven. Let's get started. Alright, so first thing, we're going to go ahead and trim up this chicken before we cook it with our, for our pasta. We're just going to trim all this little fat off on here. The stuff never tastes good, and it just makes chicken chewy and unenjoyable. There's always a huge piece right here, so we're really just going to cut that whole piece off. It's going to have some fat, a tendon, and even a bit of like leftover blood, which that's normal for dead things. Go ahead, trim this bit out here. And while we're doing this, we can actually start preheating the oven. Most of the recipes said 400 degrees, so that's what we're going to go with. So now we have our chicken ready. We're going to go ahead, set this to the side for the moment, and get our tomatoes and feta ready. Step one, take your feta, take a knife, if your feta is not in a easy open container or packaging. Cut it open. Yeah, so from some of the videos that we saw, apparently feta is like selling out everywhere. When you went to the store to get feta, how many blocks of feta were there? 2, like that was it? That sounds like a lot of people are buying this. So maybe it is as good as everybody's claiming. I hope so, because I like feta. Not a big fan of tomatoes, but it's more of a tomato sauce than anything, so it's fine. Next thing, should have kept the cutting board for this, but I'm going to trim the ends of our garlic. Just like this. Trim it up, so that way we can crack it, so that way I can crack it to get all the flavor in our sauce. So you got the feta and the garlic in. Gonna go ahead, just kind of throw in our tomatoes. I don't remember if there was a specific amount. I think it was just like to kind of fill the pan, so it depends on what pan you're using. Gonna go ahead, take some of our oil, and just drizzle that over everything. Not too much, just enough to kind of get a decent cover. A little bit more salt and pepper. Got to make sure we season everything here. So now we have our feta and tomatoes in the container, or the pan, pot, whatever. So we throw this in the oven at 400 degrees, about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. You basically just want the cheese to get nice and melted, get the tomatoes kind of soft so that way they can be mashed up. And that's pretty much it for the base of it. Next, we're gonna do the pasta. So now we got our water boiling for our pasta. This is only gonna take, 10 minutes for farfalels? I guess. Okay. We're gonna go with 10 minutes because we didn't actually look at the box this time. If you do want to have a good guide of watching, if you do want to have a good guide on making pasta, as in just like boiling it, cooking it properly, all that, you can watch this video right up here. Anyways, we're gonna dump this in and go with 10 minutes. And make sure to give it a little stir so that way none of the pasta sticks to the bottom of the pan or the pot. Keep getting my names mixed up here. So yeah, this oil's definitely hot enough now. No, but it isn't smoking, which is good. Gonna take our chicken. And immediately you're gonna hear it sizzle up. And now we just let that cook real quick. Alright, so our pasta timer just finished up, but I'm going ahead and flipping over all of our chicken, and then we'll dump the pasta. There we go, just like that. Let it finish cooking the rest of the way. Move the camera out of the way for a moment. Let's take one of these noodles, make sure it's done. Yeah, that's good. Go ahead and strain this stuff out here. Woo. Move the pot to the back so it doesn't burn out. Move this out of the way because it's not going to be used anymore. Grab a new plate for our chicken. So that way we can just set it to the side. All right, so our timer is almost up. We have about 3 minutes left. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and pull it out now. Throw our mozzarella. I should move these out of the way. Throw our mozzarella and our pesto on there. So that way it can finish up, get nice and toasty in the oven, and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, so we have the dish pulled out. I'm gonna go ahead, grab a spoon. A little small spoon like this. Nothing fancy. Pop goes the weasel. I'm just gonna add some pesto in. I think that should be good. few tablespoons worth. Cut open our mozzarella. If I can find a edge to peel. All right, where's the knife? Computer, stop. For the moment, I'm just going to dump it into this bowl. Yeah, just in case it has any extra moisture. All right, maybe not. Just take a big chunk. You know, always got to taste it. Now, of course, you can add any other cheese you like. You could do mozzarella, you could do provolone, you could do Asiago. Whatever you want to add into it, make it your own special dish. Look at all that stringy goodness right there. You know how they have mozzarella sticks? Why don't they make like mozzarella balls? Like, just take a whole thing of this and deep fry it. What do you think about that?
Definitely not.
Why not? Yeah, so I did a good chunk of it. Save some for myself, literally. Throw it back in the oven, maybe 5 minutes. Get everything hot, get the cheese melted, and then this will be good to serve. All right, and we have our finished product here. Doesn't that just look beautiful? That looks delicious, honestly. That extra pesto. It does look really oily, but that's okay. It's got a lot of cheese to make up for it. So, we're gonna go ahead and mash this up now. I probably just should have left that on. Put it on this end. Guess I should use a fork like everybody else. Woo! Uh-oh. Oh! That popped like a zit. That was a gross correlation. I shouldn't have said that. All right, so let's like poke the grape tomatoes first. It's odd that the cherry tomatoes are fine. And look at that cheese. The cherry tomatoes are fine. The grape tomatoes are the ones that are like still solid. Yeah, this is a lot of oil. Woo! I guess we could, let me mash it up a bit more before I add the pasta. That is so cheesy and oily. We might be draining some of this oil. How am I going to do that without making a mess? I don't know. But I think it needs to be done because America would probably raid this thing if they heard about it. Okay, so we kind of drained some of the oil out, made it look a little better. It's still just, it looks like a mess, like mixing the pesto in, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and add in our noodles now. Woo! Noodle down. Look at this one. It's not even shaped. All right, put the strainer back. Kind of mix this all together again. Yeah, like I think this looks and smells amazing. And I think it's going to taste delicious. So I definitely think if you're watching this at home or if you've seen any of the other videos, don't hesitate. Go find you a block of feta, grab some cherry or grape tomatoes or both. Throw them in a pan, cook it in the oven, add pasta, do whatever else you want with it. But I think we're going to serve up here and finish out. And probably do something with this mozzarella ball because that's still a lot left over. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is Zach with Bunker's Kitchen. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at bunkers_kitchen. I think previously I've been saying Bunker's Kitchen, and that's a restaurant in India. I'm not a part of that, so don't want to correlate those things. Anyways, Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for weekly food content. And I will see you guys next week.